Okay, there we go. Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne with Back to Earth Creations, and welcome to the craft room. This is not a tutorial today. This is just a live stream. If you're looking for tutorials, we will have those linked and stuff, but we're doing a craft along today. So it's going to be a whole lot of chit chatting. It's going to be a whole lot of hopefully if y'all have any questions, I'll be able to answer and demonstrate them live here for you guys here in the video. But it is the start of my week. It's our Monday, and I just like sharing that with you guys. So thank you for being here. But yeah, just wanted to be clear. I got some really aggressively negative feedback from some folks on last week's when they were like, this is the worst tutorial ever. And I was like, okay, yes, but also I told you that and you clicked on my face anyway. So I don't want anybody having a poop in my comment section this week. Hey, Cat and Cauldron. Hey, Amazing Amy. Hey, Al with Kane's Chains. Are getting all chapsticked up? Hey, baby. Purple cam needs flipped. Hey, Laura, how are you doing today? So I'm gonna set that there. So, okay. So I'm thinking. I wanted to take an opportunity to shamelessly self-promote one more time that we have these garnet geode tie-dye tops up for sale at backtoearthcreations.com under our tie-dye tab. Hey, Donna. Oh, Laura says cold. Same. Same. Hey, Hawk. And we will be adding some new tie-dyes next week for February's color scheme, which is a little bit of a really intense, inspired by amethyst, but I don't really think it looks like amethyst, but I still think it's gorgeous. So that's for next week. And then, but this week we have added some, hey Christina, looking good, sneaking a peek. Oh, we have some new cabochons in the shop right now. We just got them added today. It is our first shop update that's cabochons and jewelry making supplies of the year. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm trying to not be loud and not goober up my whole situation, which is already pretty goobered. But that's okay. That is okay. There we go. And so let's see. What are you working on today? Today we're going to be making some wire wrapped bracelets. Could be a bracelet. I'm actually making them into ear cuffs, but the link in the shape and everything is perfect for bracelets. And then we're going to be unboxing it. One of my hands need a break. I'm going to be unboxing this month's Potomac bead box that even though I told them I was like, I can't do unboxing videos anymore because I'm incompetent and a flake. Please stop sending me kits. They still sent me one. So I'm like, well, I'm going to open it. So I figured I may as well do it on camera. But, ooh, coffee. That does sound really good. But it's after 2 p.m. so I can't have, I'm trying to cut back on my afternoon caffeine so I can sleep. It's not working and it just makes me sad that I don't get to have caffeine in the afternoon, but that's fine. Ooh, hey Kelsey, I made it to the beginning. You did. So there's pictures and videos of all of these cabochons up on our website right now, and that's backtoearthcreations.com. And there should be the jewelry and more tab and our bead shop. But we have some beautiful, if you all want some closer looks at stuff, just let me know. I kind of want to get right into crafting because there are video tours of each of these stones. We have gemstones, we have our homemade fused glass, our dichroic, but we have some beautiful labradorites, prayanite, and amethyst, as well as our homemade fused glass. And all of that is up for sale if y'all want some delicious shinies to use in your own work. But for now, I am going to be using some 20 gauge wire, and I'm going to pull off a whole big bunch. But I'm only snipping it to 9 inches every into 9-inch segments. So this is a little bit of a tutorial. It's not going to be a good one, but I am going to try to demonstrate. If you guys have any questions, I'm right here with you guys in the comments. Tea is good. Oh, there's also this thing called decaf. I don't have any decaf. So I'm just working with what I got right now. But But yeah, I think a cup of hot tea would be really good, like some chai. Hey Lisa, how's it going? Ooh, lovely decaf coffee. It's again, do y'all have any flavors that you would recommend of decaf? So whether you're making this as an ear cuff or as a bracelet link, you're going to want about 9 inches. I was just thinking this morning I needed some larger caps. Ooh, maybe we can hook you up for it. We don't have to eat any more of it. It was like the worst thing I've ever cooked in a long time. I finished. Oh wow, you did better than me because that was a half serving and I couldn't even get through it. I don't know why I can't cook ranch chicken to save my life, but it is the worst. So fortunately, the dog and the cat will eat it, or the chickens rather. Hey baby, could you get water going for tea? Could you get water going in the kettle for tea? I would like a cup of chai, please. No cream or sugar. Okay, so I'm gonna cut, if we were making a bracelet, I would want 4 or 5 of these. A lot of that depends. So just bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is also one of the spools from a previous month's kit, so you can get a lot off of here because I've already made 20 ear cuffs off of this spool of 20 gauge wire, and we do sell it at our website, backtoearthcreations.com. Why are you hiding behind the mannequin? Oh yeah, I'll drink out of that mug. Thank you, baby. Yes, I don't know the brand off the top of my head, but it's a vanilla chai, so it's like my favorite spice blend. Oh, that's the end of the spool. It's my favorite blend, and it doesn't need for any sweetener or anything, as long as I don't overbrew it and it turns bitter. But it's good. I like it. Hey, Lisa. Ooh, caramel. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I've lost count. I'm just going to keep cutting. Oh, it's this stuff. So good. Thank you, honey. Wow. Well, that works out pretty great. It looks like we'll have enough that there's no like weird odd end of wire, though I am saving all of my little scrappy pieces because for the most part I think we will be able to use them for stuff. Hey Mary Hart, I don't know if I said hey already. So how's everybody doing today? What are you up to? Making sure that I am in live chat. Hey Anika, craft along. I have some leftover cheer from the Super Bowl. Nice. Oh, we went over, we had the supper bowl over at our friend's house last night, and it was awesome, and we made cookies and they were so good, and our friends smoked some ribs, and that was amazing. Are you offering me a sip or are you just wiggling it at me? Yeah, I'll take a sip. So our friend Erica got switched on to these, Randy says addicted, but he only has one a day, but they're the clearly Canadian sparkling waters, and I usually save it for the evening, but yeah, I want something that. Yeah, I made this. It's supposed to be like keto crock pot crack chicken, and it's like a ranch chicken, but it came out like just the worst. And so this is like day 3 of us trying to power through a meal of it, and it's just not good. So I think like Randy's having his evening treat now, and I'm like, I'm gonna have a cup of tea just to get that taste out of my mouth. Do you use creamer in your coffee or not? If so, Trader Joe's is a lovely Joe's Joe in regular and decaf. It's a great price and really nice blend of coffee that goes well with any coffee creamer. Okay. I do use coffee creamer, but it's like the sugar-free Italian sweet cream, and I use like 40 milliliters of it. So that's probably quite a bit, but I've cut down. I used to just like half the cup worth of creamer and then like put some coffee in for heat and then go. I'm twisting silver thread to make links for a necklace. Nice. Is it possible to make a glass cab into a bead? If you are very slow and gentle, they can be drilled with like a diamond bit, Dremel bits, but I haven't done that. So, hey, Steffi Joe. Okay, let's see. How many did that? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's an even number too. Hey, pretty girl. My little amber cat. Amber cat. We have Oregon chai that comes in liquid or powdered in vanilla also. I have tons of it. Okay. I love the blackberry clear Canadian. I think that's my favorite flavor, actually. Well, the peach is really good, which works out because the peach isn't really Randy's favorite. So like every like 4 days, I'll help him drink a peach one because he'll go through the flavor rotation. We're doing daily dose mushroom coffee. Ooh, now my friend Lori had sent me some Ryze, like RYZE mushroom coffee, and I put that in like with my regular coffee, but it was good. I liked it. I finally figured out how to like blend it in because I kept being like, I just slop it in there and be like, this is kind of gritty, but you got to froth it. Like you've got to. Well, hey, Rebecca. Rebecca says, really excited to catch you live. Just got some new 20 gauge wire I'm dying to try out. Let's get started. All right, I gotta get scooched into my spot. Okay, there we go. And so I had prepped myself up a bunch of colors that I was like, these are all the beads that I want to get made into ear cuffs. And please let me know in the live chat, you guys, if you need a different angle, if I'm out of frame, if you want zoomed in. Like otherwise, I'm just going to kind of go and I'm going to be keeping up with y'all's comments. White hot chocolate with a chai tea bag. Oh, ow. Now we actually have all of the ingredients for that. But I did eat 2 full sugar cookies today, and I'm trying my best to behave, so I'm not going to be having any cocoa today. But can the hole be baked into the cab-shaped glass at the start to make more of an oval bead? I don't know. Because whenever I'm fusing the glass to make there be a hole in it, I don't know. We're gonna have to do some science or something and figure that out. Why is that tripod all? You know what? I'm not even going to mess with it. So 9 inches of 20 gauge wire. And here I like to do this with up to, gosh, you could use up to an 8 millimeter, but I'm using around 4 millimeter beads today. Ooh, but it has collagen. Okay. Right on. Well, waste not, want not. And collagen's super, super like beneficial, to be. Okay, Hawk says, please do it in slow motion. Okay, let's go. So, yep, this is a 4 millimeter, one of those lolly beads in the brass tone. And so I'm going to slide this down. And let's see. These 2 fingers are about 1.25 inches. So just please bear with me. I'm not good at numbers, you guys. So like I get so tripped up when I'm trying to demonstrate something and also say accurate numbers of what the measurements are. Hey, Katrina, how's it going? So I'm going to hold the bead like this. And I'm using, you could use round nose pliers or knitting needle or a pen. I'm using the 8 millimeter mandrel on my stepped mandrel pliers. And I'm just going to hold right off to the edge of my fingers like that. And then I'm going to bend around. So you can see now. That's how the end looks. And our beads just floating around, but that's okay. So I'm going to remove it from my pliers. And I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to line this side of the wire up with the edge of my fingers. And I'm going to place my pliers in that same position where they're lined up with the edge of my fingers and bend around that way. Now, depending on the bead, this one has a very large hole, so it doesn't stay on. But if you have, a bead like this faceted 4 millimeter here, it won't be able to move past that curve. And that's why I'm always in the habit of adding my beads first, is because otherwise it just gets away from me. So let's measure that. This is 1.5 inches from the outside of this wire to the outside of this wire. And so now I'm going to take this and I'm just going to place it. And do you see how that bead sits in between my fingers? And I'm going to put my thumb on top of that bead. And then we're just going to bend that around like whoop, like that. And this is it from this side. So you can see that wire is keeping that bead from sliding. And so I'm going to rotate. And on the same side of our wire, so do you see how if I lift it, this wire's on like the top? I want to be wrapping on the top as well. And so making sure that our bead is centered and without my finger in the way, this is what that kind of looks like. And so do you see how it's just sort of framing it? And that's it from the side. And this is it from the back. And I'm going to be doing this about 13 more times. So if we missed something this time around, we've got lots of opportunity to do it again. But so much of this stuff makes sense by doing it more so than watching, at least to me. Okay, so from here, I'm going to be holding this and I'm just going to press, boop, boop. There we go. That in, like so. And I'm going to rotate it. Hey, Georgia, how's it going? And I want to boop, press that in. And so that's how that's looking. And I'm going to hold on to that bead and kind of brace with my thumb. And I'm just going to wrap once, twice, and thrice around that pinch point we had just done. And we're going to rotate. It's a fancy bobby pin. Yes, Laura, it's very similar to that kind of like little dimples in the bobby pins. Ooh, screwing eye bolts into resin keychains. Nice. All right, and now I've rotated it around to the same side, and we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. I just want it to count 3 little 1, 2, 3 loops. You could do more. You could. I don't know if I'd recommend doing less because I want this to like hold together. Hey, Chris. Oh my gosh, it has been a while. How have you been? At this point, I like to give it the old squishy smush. Runaway Camper says, could you do the rows around the bead with the excess wire, or is that going to be too bulky? You could do that. I would recommend grounding it out a little bit, and we may do that on one of the next ones actually, because this one I want to show you. We're going to do the squishy smush. So I've got those wraps that we just did, and I'm just squishing. And so here you can kind of see not squished, squishy squished. It's very subtle, but it's one less thing pushing against your ear, and it kind of locks all of that in. Hey, Holly. Hey, Michelle. How are you doing today? And so I'm going to do a finger's width, which is about 1/2 inch. But depending on the size of your round nose pliers, our spirals aren't necessarily going to come out exactly the same. So please do not let the minutia of like the millimeters of how much wire we're using gunk you up. Like, so that's gonna be the last I say about that, because I'm just still bitter at somebody in the comment section, I guess. But I'm using a finger width coming through, and this one is long enough. This piece of scrap is long enough for me to feel like I could make a link out of it. This one, I'm really gonna be pushing my luck, but I'm gonna try it anyways. So I'm just putting it boop into my save pile. And so now from here, I'm going to take, and this is what I mean by it really depends on the size of your round nose pliers, because the amount of wire that I need to make a good spiral with these pliers is very different from the amount of wire that I need to make a good spiral with these, just because of the size of the tips. There's not a wrong way to do it. Just experiment and see which is your favorite and then do that. So it's the time for precision, but sniffing off wire to start a project rarely is. That's Randy's going, that's not my favorite way. Well, you are correct, Laura. There is a time for precision, but snipping wire off to start a project rarely is. And truly, like if you've got somebody, you could use the bail pliers out. I personally do really like a finer round nose for doing these spirals. just because you can see here's the tip again too for the mandrel pliers. It would just make a very big open loop, and for folks with longer or curly hair that likes to just really get around things, it might, I just watch out, however you make your spiral, I just watch out for making sure that it's not going to be tangling in hair as bad as it could. So, because it's still going to tangle, it's wire wrapping, it's going to end hair. Like, so you can see we're coming around town, just making that nice little spiral. Whoop. Just spiraling down. And then I'm going to do that same thing on the other side. And if y'all want to make this into a bracelet, because y'all, I just love this shape. I love the big open ends, and I think if we just curved it, you know, a little like that, and then connected it with little jump rings or something and just made multiple of these links. So again, if you were making this into a bracelet or using it as a necklace component, or even an earring component, if you made it shorter than the 1.5 inches, these end loops would not be as big. Oh, my beautiful love, thank you for bringing me the hot water with the leaves in it. Cheers, everybody. Cool link. I'm not going to drink it yet because it's super hot, but I'm going to try. Burnt. Screaming bloody murder because I have a toe cramp trying to watch a cool tutorial at the same time. Oh, Lynn, don't wire wrap with your feet. It ends in cramps every time. Every time. Sarah says, what parawire would you recommend? How do you mean by that? Oh, it's fogging up my glasses. But I have ramen. Nice. Hey, we do's it. How's it going? I like Parawire's premium quality tarnish resistant, might also be listed as craft wire. It's a copper core that's covered in a enamel so that you can even get really nice silver tones like this one here. But if you look on the end, I don't know if the camera will pick up on it, but it's copper core, so it's still nice and supple and easy to work with. And so, yeah, that's the one that I recommend the most because whatever we make isn't going to need polished, which is really, really nice. And from my experience I meant bare copper or metallic. Well, it depends on if you want to be hammering and polishing the piece. I would recommend bare copper. And also that oxidizes really nicely. But if you want something that isn't going to leave a green residue on your skin, and that you're not going to need to polish to keep it from turning people green or oxidizing and losing its shine. And you can still hammer a little. You can do some hammering on the metallic stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of it is mostly just what you're looking for. Like for if you want to oxidize or if you don't want to oxidize, because if you don't want to, I just go with this stuff. The metallic. The fishing lures, right on. Oh, we can make some bougie fishing lures. Hey Tim, how's it going? How's it going? And how's that handsome man of yours? Hey Randy, how you doing? He says, we're doing pretty good. I made the worst chicken I've ever made my entire life a couple nights ago, and we're trying to eat through the leftovers, and it's been miserable. But other than that, we're doing great. Have you seen the oxidizing technique done with boiled eggs? I have, but I haven't tried it myself. Ooh, that's good, but it's piping hot. Okay, I'm going to set it back over there. And now we get to make it again. And there is a way, if you're working on ear cuffs and you would like these mirrored, I just kind of ignore it for up until the next step. So we continue exactly like how we had done before. Made Italian beef. How smells so good. Nice. Oh, eggshells work too. Right on. What have you been up to, Tim? How are you doing? And so from here, if we want them mirrored, I just find which side is the front. And I'm going to flip this. Normally I would decide at this stage, not whenever it's wrapped, because it's just easier for me to see. And so I'm going to bend that around. And then I'm going to bend that around. And I like to bend our closer to the tail end of the wire as opposed to that first straight part in the middle. I like to bend that in to get that bobby pin bend. We'll be checking our post office box on Wednesday, Hawk. So hopefully it'll have gotten here. Oh, Claudette says chicken fatigue. We get that sometimes. Oh man. Like, and I can get worn out on good tasting chicken, and this chicken doesn't even taste good. Like, I don't know what I did wrong. Right on, Holly. And I'll do the next one zoomed in more. But then I risk wandering out of frame. And then we'll just give it the old squish smush. And now if you have any problems with your wire spreading, I like to take my pliers and just grab on the sides and kind of squish them in to get that nice and tidy. It doesn't have to be tidy, but I do want the two of them to match. And so again, I'm going to use my same finger width. And then once you've practiced a little bit with your own finger width, you'll start to know if you want it to be a little longer or a little shorter. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, you can start off and be real meticulous with a ruler, but that's just one more tool to get tangled up in your wire and that you're going to have to keep track of. Like I do personally recommend this technique, but I know I said I wasn't going to keep going on about it, yet here I am. Ooh, chicken enchiladas next. That was actually going to be how I used up this crappy chicken. Because I was like, because it's so bland and like paste-like. I'm like, well, maybe if we just put salsa and cheese in it, it'll enchiladas. You put it in a put it in a tortilla with more cheese on it. Is that Baby Yoda holding a little cup? Yes, it is. We got this at a Walmart when I was embarrassing Maddie in the aisle about something. It was right whenever I was in like my Baby Yoda craze. Yvonne's crappy chicken recipes. No, there's a book that'll sell. You know, there's maybe. Sometimes the benefit is knowing what not to do. Hey Claudette, it's no worries. We're going to be here till 6 p.m. and I have burnt my tongue. Uh-oh. I'm with the cool kids on kick. Like Camille. So we're going to make that little spiral. I love it. Uh-oh, that's the wrong side. So if you do like how I did, do you see how the wire came around? And I did it on the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of some clever smushing will often recover a wayward spiral. And there we go. And now you can't even tell. You did. Oh, that's awesome, Michelle. It's a good cup. I love his little ears. So there we are. And you can see they are mirror mode, which I like. I always love that. I just love that shape. But can you imagine like just some earrings with like a little something down at the bottom coming out of the... I love it. Or we could take 2 or 3 jump rings and join the ends together. Like I would use a 20 gauge 1/8 inch stainless steel. But let's see how these... Ooh, these are some of the rings that we sent out in our February kit. And so... Ooh, which we are in Central time zone. So it's currently 3:32. Oh, that was so close. I'm gonna wait just like a few more seconds and see if it'll change, just so I can say it's 3:33. No, it's 3:32 our time. Wherever I am right now in Missouri. So. Uh-oh, and I put them back to back. Is there a kitty? Oh, we got a Z-Dog back here hanging out with us as well. He's my good boy. He's been having like such mega puppy energy lately, and it's been so fun. Like I love getting to play with him. I almost bought Terry that cup for Christmas one year, but then I remembered it's another cup I have to wash. Yeah. But what a cup. Honest to goodness, I can't fit my hand in it. Because like, I mean, we've got like a bottle brush and a dishwasher, but I just wanted it as like a pen cup, but I still drink tea out of it. So, oh, right on. So happy I caught this live with you. My son and his family live in Missouri as well. Right on. I hope that they've made it through our cold weather that we'd been having. Oh, pardon me. Oh, that's still hot. But yeah, so that's a way of joining it together. Again, I think these rings are a little bit large because they just stand out from the wrist. And if I were making it into a bracelet, I would take these long bar style beads and curve them. That way they would sit a little more, instead of being straight like that, it would sit curved on my wrist. 23 in Seattle, goodness. Hey, World is Strange. How are y'all doing today? So I'm going to go ahead and take these rings back off. None. So we live next to probably one of the biggest hills in town that the locals call Wee Hill. And every spring, the local teenagers go like feral mode and just go whoo over the hill. So if you hear like lots of vehicles going by like that, it's spring. It's the sound of the local wild youngins. Ooh, that's a good tip. Donna says put a spoon in your tea and it'll act as a heat sink. It will cool faster. Nice. My Willow likes steel beads and wire. Oh, Ember loves some wire. Okay, so I just did this without explaining it and I've just caught myself. So what we do to make this into an ear cuff is I'm using, again, that same 8mm barrel, and I'm grabbing just towards the tip of the wire and I'm going to round it down. But if we do just that, that spiral is poking out as well. So I just like to smush that spiral down to stay in line with the curve. And then I'm going to do that same thing on the other side, just bending it around to about there, so about to where it comes up to the bead. And then we're just going to squish down that spiral. And the way that I put this on my ear, I'm going to demonstrate with this creepy, poorly sculpted ear first. It would come around the backside of our cartilage and then come to rest in our ear well. So it sits like that in the ear. I had originally designed these to cover up the seam on the prosthetic elf ears that our friends with Eridani Studios make. So that way you'd put them on with the spirit gum, and instead of having to fool around with like mortician's wax or something or liquid latex, I would just come around on the back side of my ear and have it come and rest in my ear well. And I squeeze down on the back just a little, and then I squeeze down horizontally just a little. And it's just a nice little low riding ear cuff. So I think they work really well for folks who already have some like cartilage piercings. There's not really a lot of meat to hold on to up in the top part of your ear. So to take these off, what I would do is I just roll it towards the back. Now that one, it was not on very tight at all, but you can see how the difference is, how this side was the side that rests in my ear well. So we'd squeeze down on that back part and then pretend that my ear is in there, and then we'd squeeze down this away. And if you're resizing this in your booth or something, or for yourself, you can grab here and bend that in quite tight, and that reduces, because ears are more unique than fingerprints in the size and width and depth and the preferences of the person wearing them, and the sensitivity of their ear. But this gives us a nice wider point of contact. And again, we will just come in, slide it onto the back side of the ear. It kind of pops around the cartilage there, and that is a much more snug fit. But you want to make sure that it's not pinching, because our ears are also chock full of pressure points, and I will be a very fussy grumplin if I've got something squeezing on my ears. So there's that one. And then we can go ahead. So again, just to preemptively size it, I'm going to bring that down and I'm going to bring this in. And that's what also part of why I make these. The length that I do is so that we have the wire on them to bring in. I would always rather make it be where it needs sized down. So wrapping around, comes to rest in, and then squeezing horizontally. Now, Hawk, I think it was either Hawk or Georgia, one of y'all, somebody had asked, I think it was Hawk, about making like a rosette of wire around the bead. And what happens whenever I do a little rosette like that and then bend it is the wires will come up and away from the bead a little. So we'd need to just make sure that we're grounding it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Sip of the tea, sip of the tea. I made some pinch nose rings. My card happener says, "Oh, cool, Grandma." What? Oh, okay, it's a good jumping temperature. Claudette says, I haven't been here in forever. Too many subscriptions, but so glad I'm back. Right on. Well, just in case YouTube doesn't notify you, we live stream every Monday now from 3 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we do new tutorials every Friday. We have a premiere at 3 p.m. again, Central Standard Time. And then we go live from 7. It has been from 7 until 9. I think I'm just going to start doing from 7 until 8 every Friday. But I don't know yet. I don't know, because I just was really low energy this week and like didn't eat breakfast or lunch, and then like hoop danced like cray for like 2 hours. But we have a Friday night flow party live stream that's just on Kick. That way we can kind of cheat and use copywritten music without getting shut down. But yeah, we just have a rave in my living room and you're invited. So, but oh, that's good. Okay. And warm. I love the warm. I have a bunch of Parawire Bear Copper, says Cat and Cauldron, that I want to use, but don't, because I'm kind of freaked out about liver of sulfur. Any suggestions of stuff to use to keep Bear Copper from tarnishing? Or anyone want to trade for non-tarnished Parawire? What gauge is it? The flow party looked great from the quick peek I took on Friday. Right on. Hey, Hannah. Oh, it was a bunch of fun. We take like music requests and stuff, and I think I need to figure out a microphone that holds on a little better than what this one does. That way I can wear it and like be mic'd up while hooping, because I'd love to kind of do like a live like class and do like, it's like Zumba but with a hula hoop. So well, hey Andrea, how's it going? Ooh, Al says clear nail polish. I've heard of that working. Now the thing with putting stuff on your wire to keep it from tarnishing is that it's often going to need reapplied. Like universally, that's whether it's the clear nail polish or whether it's like there's some different like lacquers that you can use. I can't think of the name of there's Renaissance wax. There's some like microcrystalline polishing waxes that you can use, but still they'll rub off over time. So that is what that is. So now I'm using, this is like a 4 or 5 millimeter blue like cube bead. Well, you're pretty kid. Yeah. Christina says, can Randy join in and dance? He has a couple of times in his way. Gotcha. Time zone wise, it's just a bit too late for me to stay the whole flow party, sadly. Dude, it just beat, I'm like 2 hours, 9 p.m. That's basically my bedtime. So it's like I'm a raver in my heart, but also sleep. Al says it's part of my care sheet. Right on. Randy says, unfortunately, someone must DJ. Yeah, because Spotify Shuffle cannot be trusted. Okay, so we're doing that same kind of zigzag shape, and you can see on this one how the bead doesn't round that corner the way that the last set of beads did. And so there's one, and now I'm going to go ahead and just prep up the other. Oh, that's cool. Laura says there used to be a big jewelry supply house in Hayward that carried the stepped bail making pliers, but I don't know if it's still in existence. I haven't been there since 1981. Hot dog. Yeah, I kind of miss pre-internet bead shops. It was a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. You could use a Midas glaze. That's what people use on instruments to keep them shiny. Ooh, now that's a good idea too. Hey, Gamnut, how are you doing? I loved your recent tutorial that you had done. Oh, which one was that? It got me thinking about bracelet links, actually. Oh, Andrea, that's hard to hear. Well, I'm glad to be here for you in any way that we can be. Okay, so we're going to make these mirrored. So if we have them like this, that is mirrored. If they are like this, that is not mirrored. So I'm gonna pick this one up because I don't want to set it down and lose my orientation. And I'm gonna hold on to that bead. Let me see if we can. Boom, Lumos. Yeah, what's your channel? Okay, so I've got both of those wrapped around. And I'm going to pinch one side down, and I'm going to pinch the other side down. You see how I'm trying to leave that core wire straight and just bend those sides in. And so now from there, I'm going to pick this one up, being very careful to just turn it the same way, and then doing that wrap on either side. And I'm going to hold it, and we're going to go pinch, and then I'm going to rotate it, and we're going to go pinch. Hey Brenda, how are you doing? Yes, 6mm beads should work for this. Now they might be a little large for an ear cuff, but really go for it. Like truly, because sometimes people might want something like massive. We don't know. But for bracelets, yeah, you could use probably all the way up to like 10mm or something. It's just however bulky you'd like to get with it. So right on, Kat. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the. Bye, Christina. We love you. Have a great week. So now, yeah, that's Honeycut. So yeah, you can see here, that's them being mirror mode. And so now, and this eats away at my thumbnail. I've been trying to, my friend Tracy showed me how to file my nails in a way that like, I love the shape. So I've been working on like growing my nails out, and this is eating my thumbnail. But I'm going to keep trying to, I'm trying to get him to be more like oval. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If I'm not setting them on fire or getting them worn down by wire, my nails actually end up coming out pretty nice. But I had to take 2 months off to be able to grow them out like at all. So there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I'm so proud. Our niece Maddie turned 18 yesterday. And just a few months ago, she actually did her own acrylic nails, like on her own, and they looked pro, y'all. Like, and so I was so proud. I want to like, oh, and nice nails too. So, well, thank you, Tracy. She says they're looking good and healthy. Yeah, I'm still, years ago, it wasn't a disaster or anything. Everything was fine, but it was really scary at the river, and I had to pull myself up out of the river on this like slimy rock to run back and get like the parents of the kids that were like stuck on the waterfall. Waterfall is a strong term, but I don't know what else to call it. And it had ripped up this fingernail, this fingernail, this fingernail, and this fingernail. And you can see I still have, like, oftentimes there'll be little like black specks underneath my nail bed of where my nail had like the little like tears, and the black spots are actually where like blood had welled up under the nail. But they had gotten horribly infected because river water, like right on the agricultural runoff area of town. Oh, okay. Buff your thumbnail until it gets hot. Does increase blood flow, help the strengthen the nail. Okay. Nice. Yeah, she's growing up quick. We do it. She really is. But that has been a long time trying to grow back out. So, and I thought I was like, well, there goes my career as a hand model. Good thing I don't do YouTube tutorials for a living, and people look at my hands, on the daily. So I had to just like suck it up and get thicker skin about it. These are working hands, working gherkin. Right? Gemnet says, I remember when Maddie turned 12. I can't believe it, man. Like, she's grown. She helps us in our booth now. Oh, Brenda, thank you so much. Brenda Brunton just gifted 5 Back to Earth Creations memberships. Thank you so much, Brenda. So to Holly and Sharon and Rebecca and Joe and Lisa, who are all just gifted new memberships, be sure to keep an eye out for our members only content that we'll periodically do of like just behind the scene pictures, really. But ooh, you can also use an artificial nail to protect your real one. Right on. Well, the thing that I keep running into is I'm like a bit of a klutz, I suppose, or I'll get the zoomies and then I'll push, then my nail will and it'll like rip off. Like I kept for a while until the nail beds. Sorry, I realize now this is probably gross, but I'm like processing my trauma. You clicked on my face. It would like rip the nail back off because of the infection. The skin was really sensitive and soft. It is a stage in my life that I'm very happy to have behind me. So Claudette says people look at your hands and know you're for real. Right on. Okay, so now we're going to use the finger whip to snip. Okay, Renee says, so how many times did you twist the wire around on each side? So it's a 1, 2, 3 wraps there. Oh, I shouldn't have drawn on my finger. Now it looks weird. Are you taking any kind of biotin? Maybe. I eat a gummy from Walmart for hair, skin, and nails, like every so often when I remember to. Laura says people who do beading tutorials that use the black fireline thread are always catching flack for filming with dirty hands. And it's like, man, because we'll have like leather dye or tie dye or different things. Like, folks can just, well, let me try it on. Oh, baby, I like that color scheme. Look at what Randy just made, y'all. Hello. Can your finger kiss my finger like they're friends, please? Just come. Yeah. Randy. Okay. Ooh. It's a good size. Now the thing is it's real tight when it just sits before you do that initial stretch, but then it just sits real nice over my wrist. So do you want to make versions of these that are a unit longer because oh, okay, that's exciting. I love that. Randy's doing them at random lengths. Finger kissing, not weird at all. Hey, honey. I wasn't having it. He just walked back into the room. Oh my gosh. So this is everything he's been working on, y'all. Oh, and he says that there's 2 in the bags as well. Okay, so these 2 are the longer 2. I can't understand what he's saying because the heater's on. He's doing fantastically. Oh, okay. The 2 with tags are from last week. Okay, that makes sense. So that's what Randy's working on while he moderates for us. This is today's? Babe, you're doing great. On your screen? Does the red help balance it? Yeah, the purples just really show up blue on the cameras. I don't know what to tell you. You're doing fantastically, though. Back to work. Yeah, well, maybe I can show them side by side. Oh, really? Yeah, that's real similar. They are not. That this is a much different purple in person. Hannah says, okay, if both you and Randy are being productive, then I should probably do my crafting as well. Yep, pretty cute. Says, making ear cuffs again? Oh, yes. I don't know. Is there tone there? Is this like making ear cuffs again or like again? So, oh, well, thank you, Claudette. Randy does a really good job. Okay, so now I'm going to do these ones with the next size up of round nose pliers. I just asked about camping. Any news on that, Vaughn? No. And I got 2 really nice emails from folks with like different campsites to choose from. And I'm a bit locked up on, I'm having some fear about it. Like I don't want to pick the wrong spot. Because the other campsites Randy and I had vetted before we had been to them, I had this like the confidence of experience. And now it's like, I'm a little worried about if Randy and I are going to be able to afford to make the drive. And it makes me feel really terrible because I don't want to be putting the load of, doing that far of a drive on, the other people who do want to come. And it's just, so I'm trying to get my head on straight. It's still happening. I just don't know what state it's happening in. Do what, my love? Do what? It's okay for people to skip a year. Randy says it is okay for people to skip a year, and it is, but I don't want to be like, I don't know. The right one will call to you. Yes, and I looked it up and was like researching things, and then I got like really stressed out and frustrated because some of these websites are okay. Gotcha, pretty cute. Sorry, I think I officially have spent too much time on the internet and can't tell when people can't tell tone anymore. Anika, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Anika just gifted 5 subscriptions over on the Back to Earth Creations Kick channel. Oh, 17 and a half hour drive for you one way. Yeah. I mean, I think Laura and Jim have been making that. Well, last year was Jim's first year, but Laura's been making that drive each year, I think, as well as if Michelle and Edwin. So it's in the state of camaraderie. Yes. But it's whenever I get a little anxious about something, sometimes all of the other anxieties in my life will start piling on, and I keep getting this feeling about being worried about leaving Z because he's like 15. He's 15 this year. And so it is hard on him, like whenever we're gone, and at least in the sense of he makes it hard on himself, at least, because he'll try to chew his tail off and he'll get like diarrhea. Like he'll like get the upset tummy poops, I guess. And with it being right after Dragon Con the way that it typically is, I know, so that's got me feeling all sorts of different feelings about it. Holly's like, just breathe, youngin'. Yeah, so that's good. Yep. So we'll figure it out. Does Z travel? Z does not travel. He still chews his butts off and gets diarrhea while traveling. So we were like, let's just leave him at home. We've got good house sitters, thank goodness. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a really good drinking temperature now. So did that make any sense? I got a little distracted halfway through. But We're going to make another pair, so stay tuned. Yeah. Laura says, I'm worried about leaving Scooter. He's old and busted. And I don't know what to do with that worry, you know, because I had been worried for Z for like 2 years, and then he was still here and kicking, and I was like, I'm not going to waste another second worrying. I'm going to be here and now and just enjoy having my dog. So, because it got to where like I'd cry every time I looked at him, because you know we had lost Sam and then we'd lost Millie. And it's like, it seemed like every time we left our house and came home, there was a funeral to be had. And so I'm like, I don't want to live my life traumatized by living my life. I'm going to just pet the dog without crying in his face and enjoy him being here. And yeah. Ooh, Hawk says, I just bought a brand new tent. So that was my first step. Right on. Anxiety over our pets is real. I guess Tracy says Ember is going to outlive all of us. Dude, if she can stay out from under our feet, she's been trying to murder us lately. Murder via tripping. Uh-oh, this bead doesn't fit. Oh, yes, it does. We'll make it fit. Well, again, there can be only one. Yeah, it's been such a blessing. I'm kind of excited. This sounds terrible, but they have had as good a life as what we can give them, and I'm enjoying every moment. But the silver lining on when they pass away and we're left behind, Brandy and I are going to start going out on the road more again, and I've really been missing being out on the road. And I really want to be able to go to festivals again and these longer camping trips and not be putting a pet back at home through being left at home, you know, so, or having to inconvenience our friends as house sitters, or, you know, so it's different things. And yeah, and I don't know how I'm going to cope through it, but I'm clinging just a little to that silver lining of being able to go out and travel more. Oh, right on. Christy says, haven't watched you in a long time. You're fun to watch. Oh, well, thank you. I'm genuinely having fun being here, hanging out with y'all. So thank you guys for being here, because y'all set the tone. Like, otherwise it's just me here sitting by myself. So again, we're kind of lining it up a little to the edge there. But what's important here is I'm putting my pliers right up against my fingers and then bending. And that helps me to get pretty consistent. I just want them to be the same size. Laura says we have to find our comfort however we can, embrace the silver linings. Yes. Journey got attacked. Oh, wow, the other dog, she has a bunch of punctures and bites. Oh no, I was so mad at the other dog. Still not liking them all at the moment. Poor baby is traumatized. Oh my God. I hope she heals well. Sam Dog had gotten into a fight when he was younger, and we were real scared because it was a deep puncture wound. But country dogs, they're wild things. Hey, Erica, how's it going? Alice's been thinking about getting another fur baby. Oh, they enrich our lives beyond measure. Like, I've got a senior cat in diapers. I thought when I had to do that to him, he didn't have much time, yet here we are over a year later. Right on. Yeah, Ember just like, we've got like puppy pads all around her litter box, but she still goes to the litter box. I think she's just aiming for fun now. Like, because, my goodness. But yeah, so we're on puppy pad duty around the cat's litter box. But I just hope that somebody's nice to me when I'm old and just peeing on the wall for fun. So, oh goodness, Michelle. Doing pretty good, says Erica. That's good to hear. Bye, pretty cute. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you later, I hope. But yeah, it's bittersweet in my heart, but it's a blessing. Woo! Joe says, it's been a while for me as well. Thankful for a 3-day weekend so I can join in. Well, how have you been doing, Joe? Okay, so I got them mirror moded. And if y'all want me to slow down or repeat something, or if you have any questions, please let me know. We are working on building up to our Anime St. Louis, which I think I missed a question of when it was. It's late April. I'd have to search online to find like the specific dates, but it's like second or last weekend of April. We should search specifically before saying numbers, just to avoid any confusion. But we're prepping for Anime St. Louis. Now we're not doing any costumes for Anime St. Louis. We're just beefing up our jewelry inventory, because then after Anime St. Louis, depending on how sales go, will determine what kind of costume production we can do for Dragon Con this year. Randy says it is April 25th through 27th. So fantastic. Laura's Easter's April 20th, so anime might not be that weekend. That's true. Yeah. No, and I love it. It's like the best time of year from a purely merchant perspective. Selling stuff to the anime crowd, who are typically younger, who typically get like money or gifts or something for Easter presents. Like a lot of the like middle school aged shoppers that we get through at Anime St. Louis are there on their Easter money, or that's like their part of their Easter gift or something, which I think that's really cool to like go out and do like a family thing together. But so I just think I'm like, that is the best weekend, like for them to have that anime convention. Right on, Claudette. Yeah. Because I keep checking in with Z and Ember if they're still enjoying their food, if they still like playing with me, then I will do whatever it takes to keep them happy. But as soon as they're not, uh, you know, I gotta do what's best for them and listen to them and not my own broken heart. But that's okay. But yeah, prepping up for Anime St. Louis. We laid out a production schedule. And ooh, hey Kay, welcome to the Happy Crafter Club. Ooh, Christy says I've been working on my crafts to start selling at the farmer's market in my small town. That'll be cool. I was looking at doing that for our local farmer's market, and I don't know if I'm going to or not. But that makes me think of that, and I'm like, because I kind of want to, just for connecting with other people in my area, and like getting to go on walkies outside of the house. Like we're still people. Randy and I are pretty reclusive still. Like we stay in the house like a lot. So I was like, I'm gonna go take belly dance classes. So now we go into Springfield once a week, and that's been really nice. Apparently, Gumna, like we only ever got chocolate eggs for Easter, and that was like really special. So it was news to me. Ooh, Christy says, I figure I gotta start somewhere. That's true. That's true. Hey, Tasher, sister of the hook in the house. It is going really well. We are making a mess of some ear cuffs. Marshmallow eggs, right on. Craft mess is the best mess. It is known. It is known. It's nice being home today. No practice this week. Man, we all need it for sure. Yeah, there's no practice this Saturday for the belly dance troupe, because, or it's the beginners class, but they're not having, it's not the troupe. I'm not at the troupe yet. I don't even, like, there's part of me that like really, really hopes I get invited into the troupe, but there's also, I'm like, I live like an hour away. There's no way I can get involved, like genuinely involved. I think I'll only ever be able to take like the beginner classes, but that's cool though. It is, Michelle. That's the video that you sent me is actually like, it was, some of my favorite music. Like, and I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. So y'all really, your practice paid off. That was a really cool performance, Michelle. Like, thank you for sending me the videos. Then my room is the best, says Laura. They're the best. But then there's also in Joplin on the third Thursdays that they have, which is this like art crawl thing, which I've never been to, but I'm really interested in going. But they're having a drum jam, and those start in April. I really want to go to some drum jams. So I'm like, I'm making myself leave the house more for like not just the feed store and the post office. Ooh, Hawk says, how are the turtles? The turtles are a bunch of troublemakers because it is that time of year where they go like absolutely bonkers because it's spring, and I guess instinctually they're supposed to be coming out of like, it's not hibernation, it's like burmation. Is that the word for it? The turtles be turtling, but they're good. So we just had to like, they were just wreaking havoc and destruction in their whole enclosure. I had to lower their basking dock so they couldn't like shake on the acrylic. This is your favorite dance, right on. So just shaping those around. Yeah. Oh, I have my fairy god turtles. Since Maddie's going off to college and like just being a young person, and she can't really take like a 55 gallon tank with turtles in it. Field trip to go look at the turtles. Whee! Okay. Oh, here they are. So I had to lower their basking dock. We're gonna take some of the water out, but they would like here and do like ninja flips off the bat. That's just, bro, we can't. We cannot. So this is LT. Hey LT, and that is Shelron. These are my niece Maddie's turtles that we are keeping while she goes off to college. And I promise that they can get out. Is a yellow belly slider. Look at that yellow belly. Turtles. It could have just been it rubbing on my shirt, maybe. Oh, really? Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean for the microphone to cut out, but those are the red-eared slider and yellow-bellied slider. They're my fairy god turtles, and I will take care of them until Maddie's done with college and ready to settle down with some turtles. So, brumation, yes, okay. Just as brumation. It's weird to have different words to describe sleeping all winter. Hibernation, brumation, estivation. What's estivation? Like, because I just heard the term the other day, so I'm still like learning what it means. So, but I presumed that they burrow and like spend their winter hibernating essentially, but like in burrows. Like, is that correct? Or like I could Google it, but I'm not. I'm just gonna sit here and make you Google it and then type it and tell me. Ooh, Renee says I'm doing several meal preps for the week as I'm watching and listening. Oh, right on. It's nice to feel like I'm not alone as I work on these routine tasks. Thanks for being live right now. Renee, that makes me so happy. I'm so happy to be able to be here for you because I know exactly what you mean. Like it's like so I'll be doing tasks and like feeling so lonely, but it's something that is taking too much of my attention for me to like call a friend and be like, hey, keep me company while I, stir this pot of whatever, or do, changing out the puppy pads. But I'll put on like my friend Erica live streams, one of our like Tasher's live streams, Mr. Boom, and I'll put them on because I can kind of like be it's like having somebody in the room hanging out, but we're not demanding each other's attention at all, at least not in a like 100% constant sort of way. So it's the perfect amount of craft room socializing for me. Y'all ever see the turtle mashed potatoes memes? I haven't, but I like turtles and I like mashed potatoes. So, dude, did I tell you how fun it is to watch turtles behind you during your fitness videos, especially at double speed? They move around, don't they? I didn't know that everybody else had fun with that the way I do. I love it. I love seeing those little turtles swim. Uh-oh. Oh, I took one from the wrong pile, was all. My snake goes through bromation. I think turtles hibernate. Oh, okay. Estivation is like hibernation, but during the hot season. Okay. That's our winter here in Vegas. Gotcha, Joe. I have a friend with a turtle that is huge, like bigger than a car tire. Wow. A dinosaur. Truly, their design hasn't changed much from what I've seen at we go to the aquarium in Springfield, is one of my favorite places in the world to go. But they have this turtle skeleton there that is just massive. Like Mitsubishi Mirage size car easily. But it's the exact the carapace and the shell and the design's the same. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So it's pretty cool that we've got. I think turtles are really cool, and it's been a wonderful opportunity because Randy always wanted turtles. As a kid, turtles are his favorite animal, but he would have never made the jump to have turtles because he just doesn't spend money on himself, and but he would have never done it for himself. But he's really enjoying having the turtles too, and I love that. I use their tank water to water the house plants, so I'm pretty sure it smells like a farm in here, but I can't smell, so take that. It really is Brumeon. I have a friend with a turtle. My snake goo. Huh? Oh yeah, I love these turtles. They'll eat mealworms. I'll just hold the mealworm that I give to my chickens, and they'll. Makes me feel like, I don't know, a Disney princess or something. But if they ever did a Baba Yaga, Disney princess who's friends with chickens and turtles instead of bunny rabbit. Well, bunny rabbits too, but. Gotcha. My snake stops eating and then her activity slows down. Okay. This turtle is a land turtle. Ah, okay, Christy. That's amazing. All right, so we folded the little wires, making sure that we're in mirror mode. Just looking at no cleaning today. Right on, Michelle. Night night, Anika. I don't know if I had said night night. Sorry. Ooh, Claudette says I'm a retired vet tech, plus my grandson that lives with us is a reptile freak. Right on. 1, 2, 3. Bringing it around. 1, 2, 3. With small beads, I absolutely love it when they're faceted because it makes such a nice sparkle. And so I feel like, especially with the little beads, it gives me a little bit more bang for my buck. And so now for the next one. 1, 2, 3. And if they're a little spread out more than what you want them to be, you can totally go boom, and just squish those together. Coming around, 2 and 3. And now we give it the old squishy smush and squishy smush. Ooh, Laura says, have you seen 3mm micro-faceted black spinel? Oh, I don't think I pronounced that correctly. Fantastic flash. I bet. I've not seen it, but I can imagine. We had red-eared until they got too big. We found a super place. Right on. I want to do an enclosure out in the pond with netting over it and everything to keep them safe. Or an enclosure out in the yard. I don't know what I had said. Hey, Lita. Oh, I've been doing really well. How are you? Okay, so now we're going to take and snip and take and snip. Shameless self-promotion. We just added some new cabochons to the shop, backtoearthcreations.com. Please feel free to stop by and see if anything catches your eye. And we also have these garnet geode tie-dyes, and we'll be doing another shop update next week with some more tie-dye clothing as well. Yeah, I think that's everything. Shameless self-promotion. Bling. Like, I don't know. I feel weird doing that, but I figure people won't know that we have a shop update unless I tell you that we have a shop update. And we kind of gotten out of the habit of having them, but we're back at it. Trying to ease back into being, running our own business and stuff while being recovering workaholics. So it's a juggling act for sure. Ooh, Lita says my marketing manager daughter had been keeping me busy. Right on. Well, good busy, I hope. Spin now. Right on. Thank you, Cat and Cauldron. Oh no, I thought I had done them mirrored. Oh, I had. I just did them on the back side. Okay. So I keep doing this. That's okay though. So I'm just going to bring that around and just bringing it to the other side. Ooh, a nice reptile rescue for her to live at. Now we have a couple of rescue bearded dragons. They're so affectionate. Ah, right on. Wow, doing 2 markets a month. That's the way to do it. All right, there we go. Getting it squished out. But yeah, so I just did it kind of on the wrong side, and I only call it the wrong side just because it doesn't match the other one. But if I had done them both like this, I would have just left it. Hey, Samantha, how are you doing? And then this one's not even turned the right way, so I'm just going to twist it around. It's crazy to know they have stuff I made in their homes. I'm thinking of doing markets. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to hire someone to help. Right on. A good employee is something else. Like, I have to tell you, our friends, our niece, Maddie, and her mama, like, we hire them to run our booth with us for both of the shows that we do now. And it's the best thing we could have ever done, because no matter how much inventory that Randy and I have, we can only help the number of people that we can help, like, at a time. So by having 4 people in our booth instead of 2, it literally doubled our sales. Like, at the most it doubled, but still, even to just, like, they way made back what we pay them. Like, so it's I'm glad that we just do it for the 2 shows right now. I mean, I love them so much and they're so great in the booth that I'd have them at every show, but we're only doing the 2 right now. And those are our 2 biggest shows. So it's sometimes it depends on the event. If it's a smaller event, Randy and I can manage it. But for these bigger events where there's just crowds of people going through the aisle, you want to have as many hands on deck as you can. So it's a good sign that you're thinking of the different things that you're going to need to be investing in. The obstacle is the way. So, if you're thinking about the things that are going to be the hardships, they're not impassable obstacles. They're just something for you to figure out, and you've got this. Oh, Samantha, she says, you get more beautiful every time I see you. Well, thank you. It's all camera angles and makeup, but thank you. It still makes me feel good. All right, so now we're going to do another color. These ones are some pretty little beads. Hey, Loki, how's it going? I think after these next couple, I'm going to see if I can like, not speed weave them, but I'm just going to see how quick I can bust them out. So if anybody does want a slower demonstration, let me know. But otherwise, we did a couple. Now I'm going to see how many I can get busted out. And this is usually whenever I go into production line mode. So I'm going to go through, there's those two. And I'm going to get strung on the next bead. And just so that I get done with one whole step across the board. Cat and Cauldron says, oh man, the half-gallon of organic milk I bought last night has a leak. Oh no, glad that we keep milk in a closed side shelf on the door and the fridge. It's all over everything. And now I have to go and get another one. Oh no. Oh, that's rough. And there's not like a nice, easy way to clean that up too that I can think of. Because even if you use like your shop vac, now you got milk water all in your shop vac. Like, the lady from Saturday night, she danced with hula hoops. It made me think of you. Ooh, oh, Michelle, that would be so cool. It has been so fun to be indulging in a hobby again. Like I kind of got like really work moded to where it's like whenever I wasn't working, I would just go and like check out, like, and like scroll or like just watch whatever. Like Randy's watching, she's got pretty good taste and stuff, but it's not stuff that was like necessarily inspiring, like to me. And I had stopped like seeking stuff out. I was just so overstimulated that I just needed to like sit and stare at the wall for a little bit. But I have broken the seal and I'm re-emerging into the things that I enjoy, and hoop dancing and flow arts and stuff have been something that I hadn't really given myself time for in like a while. So doing the belly dance classes and doing the Friday night flow party live streams have been like so invigorating, because now it's like, you know, whenever I'm sitting here crafting, instead of like just sitting here ruminating about the things that I need to be working on, or that I need to do better, or this needs edited, or that needs sent, or oh my gosh, I forgot to do that thing. I'm putting on people's dance performances and like watching and getting inspired, and like just the beautiful costumes. Like, yeah, it's wonderful to get to remember why I liked the things that I liked and to feel passionate about them again. So, yes, please send me more dancing videos. I've been off dairy for a while. Perhaps the universe is trying to suggest something. Oh, goodness. Look, it says we're in perfect parallel thinking on these points. All right, on unavoidably that time of year in seasons production mode days. I'm so low inventory. Yeah, so I like to treat it like every little piece, every little ear cuff is a little seed of prosperity that I'm making that hopefully will bloom into something that harvestable this year. Shameless promotion. You just taught me how to make those from a video many years ago. Right on, Lita. So now I have all the beads on, and I'm going to make sure that we're doing this symmetrical like. Got to do the steps in the order. Did belly dancers as well, but I didn't have my phone with me to get video, but they're amazing and thought of you as well. Oh! But yeah, I'm excited to just be existing, and that comes from within. And I kept catching myself looking for things externally to get me excited, but it's by going and doing the things that gets me excited that now, you know, watching the other hoop dance videos and stuff really like it fans the flame. So external things can fan the flame, I think, of inspiration, but if I don't have that spark in me, I just can't find it outside. Like, oof, strive for balance, not for output. That's one nugget I've been lucky enough to learn. Ooh, that is good advice, Loki. Hey, Saki girl. Happy Monday. Monday. Karen says I'll hire your cats for my booth. Right on. Yeah, Yeah, health majorly can get in the way of, you don't want your helper to be miserable, you know? And health issues in a booth, that's just a combination for misery. Giving that a squish and a smash. There we go. Doing the other side. I'm doing a step out of order. Well, that's all right. I'm not very good at production lining. But yeah, when I get done making this batch, we're going to unbox the Potomac bead. Ooh, right on. Samantha Wells says, I'd love to stay, but I'm at work. Beautiful. Have a great live stream. Thanks so much for popping in, Sam. We'll see you around, I hope. It's always nice to see Sam. Gosh, she's been following the channel since the long ago. The before times when we were still on Patreon and didn't have our own website. And like Dan said, hey Dan, it says, did those beads I sent you, did they work for any of your projects? They did. I actually have some of them lined up right here to be making ear cuffs out of. So that's just I've used them in almost every project that I've worked with since you sent them, just like sneaking them in. 8 years now, yeah. So Lita says, I can't wait to see how they do at the market on Saturday. I'm making a few more tonight too. Okay. Excuse me. Tea, 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 tea. Oh, Loki. All right, squishing that together. Snip. Snip. Using our round nose pliers. I'm just going to get these ones done. But it made me feel good to at least get all the beads onto the wire and get the wire base shaped around. Snip and snip just a finger width, which is around a ½ inch. Oh goodness, Dan says I have no power here since Hurricane Helene, so I keep missing your shows. Man, Dan, are you all right? Thank you for the inspiration. Oh, Christy. I tend to be an overthinker, need to think simple is best. Now to go to writing. Yep, I have several projects cooking. Thank you, I'll rewatch your tutorials. Right on, Christy. It's so much of the time, just break the seal, do the thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't got to be great. Just have fun. And all the greatness and everything will come past that. Just go and have fun. Be creative. Do the thing. All right, so we've got those shaped around. Ah, heck. I tried so hard and got so far. And though they weren't even mirror moded. That's fine. People usually don't buy these in pairs anyways. So I don't know why I try so hard. I can't help it. I'm not gonna stop trying so hard. I just don't know why I do. It is the way. There we go. All right, so maybe this one will be mirror moded. So I'm just doing the pinch into pinch. And then the wrap, wrap, wrap. And then wrap, wrap. And then we're gonna pinch down, and then we're gonna smush, and then we're gonna squish. Ooh, Ooh, Hannah is talking about joining things in one's community. I joined the local yarn crafts group, and it really does soothe something in your soul. Really? Oh, that's cool. Like, do you guys like? Is it like a stitch and bitch, or like, do you have like projects each week, or tell me everything? So, yes, Laura, that's a good point. And then we're gonna pinch, and then we're gonna pinch, and then we're gonna wrap 2, 3, smush. Because with the belly dance troupe, I'm taking the beginner classes, but then I think there's going to be a couple weeks off perhaps before they start the tribal style, like fusion belly dance. Like it's like Fat Chance belly dance, like style tribal, which is like my favorite. I love fusion. So, but I don't know if that's invite only. And that's not even the troop group. I think that's just covering the tribal basics. So I hope I do well enough in the beginners class that I'll be able to, if I were able to take the tribal one, that'd be really cool. But if we're not able to, then I think we're going to just start going to the YMCA. And I think I'm going to take a Zumba class there to work on increasing my cardio, because the more, for years I trained with belly dancing, but not like, I didn't really work on my cardio. So I could do the technique, but just string it all together and like really be doing something, I would get worn out so quickly. But now that I've been coming at it from, a cardiovascular angle, where I've gotten to where like we're still recording the 50-minute baby steps. So like I can go for like 50 minutes now and still like be talking. So it's like that's really gotten my cardio up quite a bit. I still have a ways to go, but it's helped. And so now I can actually keep up with the belly dance class and really bring it into the technique drilling, which is my favorite. I love doing drills. Like, and the teacher will be like, okay, you can take a break if you want to. And I'm like, keep torturing me. Like, Hannah says it's a monthly meetup and you just bring along what you want. Kind of the coolest part is that it happens in the local museum. So a lot of people bring along more historical crafts. That is so cool, Hannah. Ooh, and then Renee says, okay, I've got this week's meals prepped and ready to go. Now chopping veggies for stir fry tonight. Ooh, nice. This will free me up to have more creative time the next few days. Yay, thanks for keeping me company. That's the way to do it. That really is. You're getting it, Renee. Doing our little spirals. Yeah, I'm going to be ready for a break for my hands after this one. We had 2 people with small looms last time. With following patterns from early medieval. Oh my gosh. Like, one of my best friends from high school, like that's how long we've known each other, works in the Queen's Court at a Ren fair. Like she teaches like drop spindling, and so last time I saw her, she pulled like this loom out of her bag and just started going. I was like, to be so lucky to get to meet some of my favorite people in the world so early in my life, to have gotten to, because like Lara and Randy, we've known each other since we were puppies. Like we were like 17, like going to high school together. And I had known Lara longer than that. And so to get to see, to have known each other when we were puppies and to see who we've grown into over these years, it's been really great. But I just just when I think she can't get any cooler, she whips a loom out of her bag and just starts making, like she made her own shoelaces on the loom and stuff. So that is pretty cool. Oh no. Oh, Dan says, all my jewelry that I made got ruined. Salt water does not react well with copper. At least the stones I was able to save. That is really genuinely rough. I don't have words. I don't know what I'd do if we had a disaster like that. Like, damn. Please stay in touch with us so that as you get set back up and get back up on your feet, I'd love to just know, you know, because we're cheering for you. Oh my gosh, Laura says, been there with the flooding, lost my entire art studio. Oh man. It's probably silly, but we get worried every time we're driving home from somewhere and we see somebody doing a burn or something. We're like, would we be able to see the house from here? Like, could that be our house? Like, so it's always something lurking in the back of our minds. One, 2, 3, and smush. 1, 2, and 3, and smush. Replacement cost insurance. Right on. I don't know if we have that in our policy. Oof, Dan. Ooh. All right. Well, that just twinged something in my wrist. I'm going to get through this one, but this is going to be my last for a little while. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Right on time. Oh, and I feel such a fraud because in my baby step program, I'm always saying, well, if you listen to your body when it whispers, you don't have to hear it scream. And it whispered about 8 ear cuffs back. Oh, I don't know if y'all could hear that. I think okay, I feel much better after that popped. But, okay, I'm going to take that as a warning shot and I'm going to finish these 2 ear cuffs. Randy says, or. Well, because this is, it just let me finish the ear cuffs. Cat says, put the pliers down. I will in 6 seconds. And don't forget counting. Do as I say, not as I do, you guys. I am the source of all of my problems. There's no one to blame but me. Cha. And there we go. Done. Okay. Woo! We're good. Also, y'all, I love you guys. We don't talk about anything political, anything that's on the news or anything like that. Like, y'all are more than welcome to have private conversations outside of chat. We try to keep it as purely crafty as possible. You're good? Dun, 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 dun. And then I'm going to put them in the box with the other ones because this is what we keep track of, our weekly production. This is our drawer of stuff that we've made that like either needs tagged or so. It's just the beginning of the week, so we don't have very much made. But ooh, coming up next on the Back to Earth Creations tutorials is going to be this obsidian arrowhead wire wrap. this is this Friday's tutorial. And so I'm really excited about that one. And all of these, for the most part, I'm not going to show you right now because my wrist popped and everybody told me to put my pliers down. I love that one too, Michelle. But we would use these to make like a little wrapped link. Or if you took something like one of these dagger beads, what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in a little. I'm using the pliers in the other hand. And I'm going to make quite a small loop just because with this 20 gauge, if we keep it nice and small, we won't have to do a wrap or a double loop. And then you can make like a little briolet of sorts. And this is why I hoard, you guys, among other reasons. But so we just take that. And then we could attach chainmail rings or what have you to the loops on either side. And this is one of my favorite ways to wrap these little dagger beads. So let us zoom out. So that's what I'm hoarding all of this stuff for. But then for whenever it's this length, I'll just put it into a scrap box. What do we have here? Oh, my broken mushrooms. The ones that didn't make it through the firing. I really liked this one too, but then the stem just popped right off. I really liked making that one. I was thinking about doing torch work today, but it's too cold. It's just too cold. Hey, Esoterica, how are you doing? Time for the unboxing. Yes, well, I'm going to be taking my microphone off for another little bit. Ooh, string a bunch on another piece of scrap wire, and you've got a great fidget piece. You mean like string a bunch of scrap wire onto another scrap wire, or? Okay, I'm going to run to the restroom. I'll be right back. So bathroom break for everybody, and then we'll come back doing an unboxing, and then we'll see where the day goes from there. Oh, oof. I gotta take a walk about my hips. I'm hungry. Do y'all want to have a deviled egg eating contest? Karen says, are fidgets still in? I bet they will always be in. Ooh, I got a pot roast in the crock pot. Nice. Let me get microphoned up. I'm not going to eat the whole tray. I just wanted like one or two, but I didn't want to just leave y'all in here. Ooh, Laura says, string a bunch on another. Ooh, beaded loops strung together. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. I really hope this isn't loud in your ear. I'm just laughing. I gotta take the microphone off. This is the loudest deviled egg I've ever eaten. But last weekend, I was up here eating cottage cheese on camera. I know. Hannah says, "Is it time for cottage cheese noise again?" Yeah, it is. Here we go. All right. I don't even know how many I ate. I'm gonna have one more. It's so good. Can't hear it at all. My volume is all the way up. It's the loudest deviled egg I've ever eaten. Like I could hear it just. Oh, look at Izzy dog. Hey, do you want to say hey to everybody? Yeah. That's my deviled egg. Okay, I gotta go put these eggs away. I'll be back. Come on, Z dog. Would you like some burger? Okay, so I'm having a cookie too. Yo, I'm getting wild. Nah, I made the deviled eggs this morning. Yesterday for the Super Bowl, we went over to our friend's house for ribs and they were delicious. But I had made some homemade cookies. They're chocolate chip, but they have like little Heath bar pieces in them. And it's so good. But real sugar. Woo! Okay. We're about to unbox something. Yep, we've been making deviled eggs almost once a week for the past couple of weeks. As part of it, I don't know, I'm eating a cookie here in front of God and everybody, but we've been relatively low carb. We were really doing good through October and November and most of December, and then January and February have been like, we'll just have a cookie. Like, but it's been helping. We're easing back into, we're not going to cold turkey, no carbs again, but we're easing back into, and having deviled eggs on hand has been really handy. And so, because it's like, if I like super duper want a cookie, I'm going to have my cookie, but I'm going to eat some protein first. So, and then just have like one cookie. Because I just had to do it. Here's a reminder for everyone to switch the blades of your craft knife before it's super dull. Hannah, are you okay? Hey, Latney, how's it going? The Heath bar bits. Which what I would have tried if it were just for Randy and I, because I don't like to, like, a lot of my friends don't like my cooking, it seems, which is okay. But Reese's has a zero sugar, like, Reese's chip, and I like the Lily's milk chocolate chips. And so I kind of wanted to make like a no sugar peanut butter cookie with chocolate and Reese's chips, and then put like one of those 0 sugar Reese's cups on top of that. But I couldn't do that and bring it to the Super Bowl party because none of our friends at the Super Bowl party eat sugar-free stuff. So it's okay. But next batch of cookies, I'm going to be doing it that way. And if it were up to me, I'd put like whole peanuts in them too. Well, not like with the shell on, but just like, or maybe chopped peanuts. I don't know. I just had to figure out my craft knife was struggling to cut paper. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So we're going to just do the clever editing of camera angles. Push that over there. Clear some workspace and put our pliers away. I'm going to open and see what Potomac sent out this month. Oh, pardon me. Which we had sent them an email saying that we weren't going to be doing unboxings anymore, and thank you for the opportunity, and we've had a great time, but we kind of wanted to move on to something else because I don't feel like I'm very good at doing unboxing videos, and I was so like I needed to just have 0 obligations for a little bit. And while that's impossible to pull off, I can still try to manage less obligations. So we're still kind of struggling, but we'll get there. And in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy opening a box of beads. Are you ready? Okay. We're going to open it. Okay, so already I love the colors. We've got all this stuff. Ooh, Athena cast stuff is always really nice. Indulge your creative spirit with a captivating assortment of beads and findings in a romantic, elegant color palette. Smooth, lustrous chocolate Azuki seed beads set a rich, indulgent tone. I think this was written by an AI. And I do it. I use AI on our website to write product descriptions, but I've started to kind of hate it. Do not eat. I can't hear you, baby. Rich, creamy, indulgent, thick beads. And it's like, is this spicy? Like, do not eat.
Do not eat. Tell me what to do.
No, it's this. Brandy goes, don't tell me what to do. Ooh. Okay, so those have 2 holes in them. Ellie's cracking up. Oh, well, hey, Lorena, how are you doing? Just holy moly, my first time seeing you this year. You look great. Very nice. Well, thank you. We took some time off for ourselves to be like, it was a DIY workaholic rehab, and we just played with coloring books and didn't shoot any tutorials or anything for like 2 months, and it really helped. So I'm happy to be back though. Like, I'm excited to be back. So these are beautiful. They're that nice like lustrous mauve color. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I love these bales. There's more of these copper bales. There we go. Oh, I love that. And it's been harder and harder to find good copper plate things, and I don't understand like why. It's been like, I can't find good copper enameled iron, like a copper toned enamel iron that we get from the Ring Lord. They used to have a great like antique copper tone, and I'm just like, nothing. The lolly beads, this stuff, they have it in the silver and in the antique brass, but no antique copper. And I'm like, why? Because I just want it in antique copper. like I seek. We'll have to see. But ooh, now these are cool. Look at those teardrops. And these are, what are these? These are a deep red. I love teardrops. Very cool stuff. How's the lighting for you guys? Because I feel like, I hope it's all right. I hope you can see the colors. The colors, Duke. The colors. Woo! Ooh, some little shimmery. Oh, those are so pretty. Just a nice pale pink, I think. Nice and sparkly though. Woo! Laser cut flower charm bouquet. I'm gonna save these for fairy house stuff. Ooh, those are thick. Check heart beads. Okay, I'm definitely gonna be using those. Now look at that. Oh, hails, yeah. Okay, but how am I supposed to use them? Crystal Rose Montes, white opal. So it looks like I would be able to thread some wire through that, perhaps. That's very interesting. I've never used those before. And then these are some nice little 3mm. Oh, it's a bicone. What a gentle bicone that is. Usually I'm used to seeing the cut crystal where it's a lot sharper. Like, well, that's a round one, but that's really nice. And I like that. What is it? Black diamond. It's like a smoky quartz color. What are these? Pentagonal nuggets. Oh, yes. I'm going to have to make some bracelets out of these. That is 100% what I'm doing with those. And I bet we'd be able to use the 18 gauge wire. But my hand. Okay, I'll try like one. Ooh, those are huge. These are defo going to have to be spider butts. Oh, so sparkly. Love that. I love that so much. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of pink, truly. There's a lot of the stuff in this I've gotten before, but I don't mind it because it's just gonna be beefing up my collection. And it's not the exact combination of these things I've gotten before. Ooh, nice. The seed beads. That's a nice brown color too. And then, but yeah, we're gonna be making some earrings out of these, I think. Definitely gonna make some earrings out of those. Oh, what are these? Those are so pretty. Vega luster. Vega. Faceted donut. There are 4 holes in the corners of the Montes. You thread your wire or thread through those holes to hold them in place. We use them all the time in bead weaving. Right on. Okay. Well, thank you, Laura. Ooh, and then some of these they're not purple. Copper plated head pins. There we go. There we go. Oh, is that what it's called? Disco ball cut? That's exactly what that is, though, isn't it? We're gonna have to make like a little fairy disco ball or something. That'd be cute. I wonder how we would do that. Because how would we set it up to where it would stay spinning? Ooh, Kat says, I've noticed that antique copper has evaporated from the various vendors. It makes me cry because that's my favorite metal color to peel all the beads and stones. But you're noticing it as well, though. Like, because it's like used to. Now, I haven't checked Fire Mountain Gems, but at least on Amazon and AliExpress, it's been very difficult for me to get my hands on, or to find, and then on the Ring Lord, beep boop. But it's okay. We'll figure it out. If anyone knows how to make bare copper into antique copper color, please, please, please spill the steps. You mean like oxidizing with liver of sulfur? Like kind of to get it to these colors? I don't have as much experience as I would like to be giving this advice, but in my experience, to get that color, I wouldn't clean the copper very much. I would like rub it with a fine steel wool to kind of polish the liver of sulfur patina into the copper, and then that, because I didn't want it to be too bright, I may actually be able to demonstrate, because here I have this is bare copper that we had wire wrapped, and it's just this antique copper is just like a warmer color, and so I'm not entirely certain. I wonder if using one of those patinas that blackens the copper. So maybe there's something other than liver of sulfur that can be used. I've seen them use it in like stained glass, but I don't know if it's safe for jewelry, you know? Laura says Fire Mountain's copper prices have gone way up. Gotcha. I've been trying out of seed beads weaving, made a few things. Okay. With a head pin through it and a wrapped loop on top. Nice. Liver of sulfur looks dark like antique bronze. I like the red of antique copper. Gotcha. Gotcha, bright copper. That one's pretty tricky too. Because sometimes, sellers will be like, oh yeah, it's rose gold, which kind of looks like bright copper sometimes from some people. Like, but it just is from the ring lord, it's just been looking gold. So, iron oxide? Ooh, I don't know. These are good questions to be asking. Any chemists in the audience? Says Cat and Culture. Bitumen, if you can handle the toxicity. Well, the whole goal, I think, is to be non-toxic with it if it's jewelry for wearing. Well, that's pretty cool. Like, and I do like that they send stuff that I wouldn't normally use. Like, I don't use these in wire wrapping. I still save them and stuff, but I will use these. It's not my favorite color, but maybe earthy like Tuscan reds and desert sunsets, those sorts of tones will be more popular this year. So that's some interesting stuff. Yeah, and I do really like that bead as well. Okay, so let's make some earrings. Just another moment of shameless self-promotion. We have new cabochons are listed up on the website, backtooearthcreations.com, as well as some of our garnet geode tie-dye. And we are accepting orders for our February craft-along kits, both just for the kits and subscriptions. We still have enough materials to fulfill, so if you're interested, sign up before we run out. And other than that, back to crafting. So, and thank you to Potomac Beads for sending us that as well. I'm still I'd like to get some stuff made before I know how I feel about it. But I'm feeling more and more frugal, and so I have to ask myself, it's like, if this weren't sent to me, would I have bought it? And my finances aren't Potomac's fault. Like, if that makes sense, like, it's not their fault that I can't afford it. So, we have some hearts here. Let's see, there's 5 of them, so we'll only be able to make like 2 pairs of earrings. I think my hand will be okay. I just need to avoid like too much of the same movement. And that's the thing, is with those ear cuffs, it's a lot of the same movement. So I'm going to test and see. I'm going to drink some water. That way I don't get, oh, it's only toxic while it's liquid. Okay. I don't know about the iron oxide, Claudette. Would my skin get irritated by rust? Like, is that an irritant for folks the way that like nickel plating is? Okay. Oh, I love these. Love these copper head pins. Love that so much. So I think I'm going to make 2 pairs of earrings and a pendant. And with the pendant, I'm going to do one of the copper bales that they gave us. Claudette says, I find if the wire and or beads are too precious to me, I'm less likely to use them. Gotcha. That makes total sense. I've got stuff I've hoarded for years because I'm like, I don't want to, use it up. But well, sometimes bead collecting is a perfectly valid hobby in and of itself too. So we're going to thread them all on. Because on something like this that's going to be quite simple in concept, it's just a cute pressed heart bead. And you can tell that they're pressed whenever the glass was molten because they have the little bit of that edge right there. And just the way that the pattern is pressed in, that's a nice bead. And then we are going to use some of the beads from Dan, who, if you're still hanging out with us, Dan, thank you so much. These are awesome. And I think they're going to last me quite a while, which is very nice. Just being a mama bear on your behalf. I appreciate you. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads. Oh, no, we're not. We might do... But let me try one before making all of these decisions. Because I kind of want to grab out one of these faceted donut beads. Because look at that. That is very pretty. Like, it's just a light sparkle. Laura says, oh yeah, bead shopping is definitely a craft in and of itself. Yeah. Ooh. Oh no, We Do This has got booted. Dylan unplugged the internet without warning me. Oh no. So I kind of wanted to make it look like a little love potion bottle. I actually might make all of these just independents because I think that's cute to make it look like a love potion. Do we have enough fails for that? We do. So I don't know which way would look more like a love potion. Love potion number 9. Gotcha, Claudette. Claudette says, I don't know about iron oxide, but I have to coat everything that I wear with some kind of clear coat anyway. Woo. Dropped a bead, caught it with my belly. Nice. Okay, I like it better with just the one bead. That's me personally. Because it kind of looks like a little, like one of the, like a Cologne bottle. I love it when his hoodie smells like his colon. Have y'all seen those memes of like, they're like the hashtag deep? There's people misspelling like strong, but it says stong and it's a tattoo. Regrets or it's regerts. Probably my favorite is the instead of spelling cologne, it's colon. Uh, yeah. Hannah says a love potion perfectly on time for Valentine's Day. Yes. I like it. Yep, the no regrets. Hey Nadine, how are you doing today? So we have that like that. And I think I want to do I'm going to do a wrapped loop. Sorry, I was deliberating. So to do the wrapped loop, I'm going to come just a few millimeters past that last bead and I'm going to bend like 90 degrees. And then I'm going to use my round nose pliers to hold about there. And then bending around, checking our alignment. And I want to go ahead and slide on our bail just into that little loop. And this is where I love my stepped flat nose pliers. because I can hold on to our loop. And then I'm going to be using my bent nose pliers to wrap this down. And I don't think we'll have any left over that'll need snipped off. So I'm just going to smush that as best I can. See? Down like that. I like it. I think that's cute. And then we would just string that on like a chain. Just a nice cute little charm. So on the next one, I'm going to try to make it tighter up top. So I'm not going to give myself as much space to do the wraps. So I'm going to come in a little tighter. I'm going to do the bend. I'm going to come in a little smaller on the nose of my pliers. And I'm going to get that bent around. And I'm hoping that this will give me more wire to wrap around the stem with, and a smaller loop that'll make this be hugged up onto the bale more. So coming in with our pliers, I'd kind of opened that up a little so that I could fit the bale through. So I'll want to bring that down before, and see, and that's tricky, but this is why I have the whole set. Dusty. That's my house though, if anything sits still for any amount of time. So this is the set that's currently available on Amazon, and I personally think it is totally worth it. Oh, and then my finger thimble that I use for wire wrap, and that's some Next Care tape on the inside of it. I'd been looking for that. Thank you, Cases. Y'all be sure to hit the like button. That does really help the channel out. If y'all are watching and tickle the like button, I think the algorithm may have mercy on us, but quite frankly, I just want you guys to enjoy hanging out, so don't feel pressured one way or the other. But yeah, so these ones, you can see they have some very fine tips. This is my favorite size for chainmail, but in some wire wrapping applications, these ones become very, very handy. Because my goal is to be able to hold on in between the loop and this wire so that I can still freely bend this around. Whoops. Super durable, thank goodness. Oh, I forgot to order groceries. Hey, Randy. Right on. Can you help me by going into the app and placing that order on your phone? Walmart. Claudette says, flat stepped nose pliers, be still my heart. I just found my Valentine present. Well, heck, let me do some shameless self-promoting and send you a link that's an affiliate link. You don't have to use that link, but if you do, it helps benefit our business at no extra expense for you. So let me see if I can find them. If anybody wants to treat yourself. Shameless self-promotion. Boom, there's the pliers, y'all. That set is on Amazon. The price of scrap copper has been going up, so products made of copper will rise as well. That does make sense, Al. What's up, baby? But yeah, and it has a really nice like little stand.
How fast do you want it here?
Do what, love?
How fast do you want it here?
Today, if possible. If not, we can get it tomorrow. But be sure that it's no substitutions, because otherwise.
I'm going to let you.
Okay, give me a sec, guys. I gotta. Did you need more sodas or anything?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna have it delivered for tomorrow because they never reliably show up past 7. So, yeah. I'm gonna make sure that that was.
Delivery and not pickup?
It is delivery and not pickup, and I'm making sure that there's no substitutions because that stuff makes me lose my mind. There you go. I don't think I finished clicking all the buttons, but I got everything else set up. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, it's even whenever we're like visiting the in-laws in Tennessee and it's like super rural, I'll still go in. It's the only way I can have discipline to not put extra stuff in my cart. So it's like shopping online is the only way I'm able to stick to my budget, because otherwise I'll impulse buy stuff and just. What's going on, babe? Are we having turtle trouble?
Is it just it's lifted up on the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I know they keep trying to rearrange their house with the basking deck and everything. But yeah, so it's even if whenever we go in and pick stuff up, like it's just the only way I'm able to actually stick to it. And so I was like, it's the best $12 I've ever spent is on the membership for delivery. Thank you, baby. And then I usually chit chat with the people who drop off this stuff too, so I still get social interaction. So I really liked how that last one came out. So just to compare them side to side, Linz has just ordered mine. Thanks, Vaughn. Right on, Lynn. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy them. They've been very solid pliers. The thing that I always look for whenever I'm buying pliers is to make sure that they are a box hinge, like these ones here, because then even whenever you have a very petite tip, it's very well supported. Whereas this one here, these flat nose have held up well for me, but you can see the jaws do come a little out of alignment. Do you see how that, I mean, it's slight, but sometimes that matters. And it's because I don't know what it's called. I call it a scissor hinge, but just where it's scissor hinge versus where it's boxed in. And so I was very, very pleased with these pliers. And it looks like they're by the Beadsmith, which that's a pretty good brand. I like pliers that don't rust. That's my favorite. Yeah, no rust on them. That's so nice. So yes, it's very, very slight difference in the loop size and the wrap. I'm actually going to squish that down just a little bit more. There we go. What a cute little charm. Like, I love that. So I'm just coming in and doing that same style of bend. Coming in quite small on the loop, just because I only need it big enough to fit onto our bail. Bending around. So I think we're having pork chops and ginger carrots and cheesy beans for dinner. That'll be nice. I'm so tired of that chicken. Oh, it tastes terrible. I'm grateful to have it to eat, but it tastes, I'm not doing that recipe again. Like, I refuse to waste the chicken, but it's gonna be nice to eat something that tastes good for dinner. After having our friends cooking yesterday and coming home and eating my own cooking and being like, just, it's not good for morale. There we go. And I wonder how much these would be. Oh no, really, Al? Boo. Is not available in Canada. I wonder if the Ring Lord would be able to start carrying them and distributing them in Canada. It's getting close for time for him to go out. Yeah. Oh, they haven't been going to bed until 6 lately. Well, I mean, that works out perfect because that's after the stream, so. Whoops. That was dangerous. Oh, we do's it. You're a true friend. Oh, big Boise dog. I think I'm going to let him out, honey. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. There we go. The light's fading. My eyes are tired. But we're getting it. Oh, I love that. Okay, 2 more. If you really don't like something, your chickens will enjoy the leftovers. They'll enjoy the protein. Just don't tell them what it is, right? No, and I think that may be what we do. Like, we've given it 3 meals worth of tries, but we're not eating it up as fast as I thought we would, and I don't want it to go bad. Bending that around. I wonder, is this one a little longer than the other ones, or? So I am going to need to trim some off on this one. I love it when the turtles rearrange their tank, though, because it stirs the sand up and it gets it all. It's like they're cleaning house. Like, it really refreshes the tank. And I'm very grateful that we've got, like, we went with a filter that, like, it's only a 55-gallon tank because that's all we had the space for, and that's what we had. But the filter filters like, it's like a 500-gallon tank filter, so it way over filters. But it totally Claudette. Oh, I don't think I froze Cat and Cauldron. I'm still here. I hope. So I'm just bringing that around, placing those pliers. Now, I would enjoy if they were about an inch longer, but that's why I do the thermoplastic on the handles typically. Yeah, okay, so we didn't need to smush that or snip that one. We were able to just pull it off with just smushes. There we are. Oh. Thank you, baby. Man, you worked me under the table. So this is Randy's work for the day. He is a powerhouse, I tell you what. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bracelets. Okay. Well, thank you, baby. Those are gorgeous. We'll probably, I have no idea how much we're going to sell them for, but I'm going to put them into the done bucket. Woo! I may give them out as like freebies or something. We'll see. Ooh, we could make some earrings. Yes, I totally need earrings. So I think we should do 5 of these as a finger ring. Or let's do 6. And that way we'll do 3 in the silver, 3 in the copper, and 3 in the bronze. And then how many pairs of earrings would that give us? 1, 2, 3. I really love that kind of like oil slick color scheme. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll do 7 finger rings. Are these, wait, do I have enough? Are these all of them? No, we have more. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you, honey. 7, 8. You can put them wherever you like. I put it where I could reach. Okay. You did a good day's work, honey. Thank you. Working hard for the money. Working hard for you, honey. We'll have dinner and then probably maybe go and play The Sims. Y'all, they came out with a 25-year anniversary Sims 2, and that was my jams. Like, I thought The Sims 1 was my favorite. I had just like amalgamated all of those memories of Sims 1 and Sims 2 into like one blob of like part of my brain. It was The Sims 2. Oh my god, the open for business, and like it's I'm having so much fun with it. So, and of course I made like a Randy sim and a Vaughn sim, and I'm like, no, kiss. So I'm gonna go play computer games after dinner today, I think, and give my wrist a break, and probably have it. I'll swap out my ice pack and my hot water bottle and just go full pamper mode. Not a bad way to start the week. All right. So let's see. Well, 30 minutes, says Randy. So what I'm going to be doing now, the way that I would usually finish up my work days now on Mondays is the last hour of my work day is from 5 to 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to prep up tomorrow's production. So instead of starting a new project, which I kind of am, but I'm just going to get these threaded up and set over here to be nice and ready for tomorrow. I'll be able to come down and my work is prepped for me. If Ember, our cat, were more acrobatic, I don't think I'd be able to get away with doing this. But that's okay. She is not much of a table jumper at all. So, well, thanks, Cat. Cat and Culture says those hearts are adorable. I love them. I think like that was a lot of fun. A nice, cute, fun little project. So I'm just gonna get these earrings prepped, and then I'm going to get the wire cut and threaded for the rings. And then I'm going to tidy up the work surface. And that way it's just doing a favor. If I can spend the last hour of my day doing favors for tomorrow, Vaughn, that's like as close to being actually ahead, I think, as I'll get. Because I don't need to think about it in terms of actually being ahead, because the goalpost on that one is constantly moving. But if I do something like prepping the coffee pot for tomorrow, Vaughn, is one of my favorite gifts to myself. That way tomorrow, all I have to do when I need it most, I can just press a button and the coffee will start brewing. And so so there's like different, I call them my beaver activities, because like beavers are keystone species where, like, you know, they affect the river flow. I'm not a botanist, so it's, or biologist, so this is very much layman's terms, but they affect the environment in such a way that has a ripple effect to everything else within that ecosystem. And so my beaver activities are having breakfast in the morning, helps everything else. It shapes everything else in the rest of my day. And then getting the dishwasher loaded and started at night. So those two things, and they have to happen breakfast at 10, like between 10 and 11. So if I haven't made it yet at 10 a.m., I stop what I'm doing and go make breakfast. And then, like, we try really hard to hit at 8 p.m. The kitchen's shut down and the dishwasher's going. And it just keeps everything else, like so much else in my day-to-day life will go smoothly if I can just do those two things. So like, and Randy's right on board with it with me. So like in the mornings, he's the one unloading the dishwasher, and you know, while I'm getting breakfast going, and we, like, you know, chit chat and start the day. And so if I can just come down and go boop on the coffee pot, then I can like piggyback on these beaver activities. So I don't know. I hope that makes sense, but it makes sense to me, and I guess that's what counts. Randy, someone's at the door. I think you may need to sign for it. Thank you, honey. Oh, now these are pretty too. Look at that. I don't know if that's stone or glass. Ooh, Karen says, Vaughn, are you doing resin? I forgot if you do. I still do a bit of resin work. Most of it is, come here, baby. Most of it's like casting our own horns or some different things for like where we tried making a resin mask. So we're still learning and trying new things, but I don't do resin cabochons as much. I kind of burnt myself out on that. And I kind of want to get back into making the polymer clay and resin moons again, but it's not something that we have a station set up for always. And just yesterday, actually, I used some UV resin to repair and rebuild a bolt screw for in the turtles tank. Is everything all right?
Yeah. Like, all of it's heavy smell.
Really?
Every last bit of it.
Did it need signed, or?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But she's still getting bills from.
I got you. All right, we'll catch up on after the stream. Okay. Back. Sorry, we almost got our new car. Oh, really? But they forgot a bunch of stuff, so now we have another loaner. My neighbors are going to be so confused. Oh, Dashers. What's going on with y'all's car? Like, is everything okay? Ooh, Karen says, okay, what is the less smelly resin? Art resin was pretty good. Like, it was very low VOC. But honestly, I don't have my sense of smell back. And so I don't really know. I still just try to do all of it outside and with a respirator if I can. So, because my nose just doesn't let me know anymore. So I think I'm going to make these into an earring as well. And so to do that, I'm going to make another. Yeah, let's grab another one of Dan's beads. Laura says, I don't think Potomac sells stones, probably check glass. Gotcha. Yeah, I've gotten a few things of like a moss agate or fire agate, or, you know, something like that. So, but yeah, I don't get a whole lot of gemstone stuff from them. Okay. So this one I'm just going to bend. These I'm going to make into earrings as well. Oh, it's my pleasure, Karen. Hey, Triquetra, how's it going? Tasha says, got an accident before Christmas. Oh my gosh, he's okay, as was everyone else. That's good. And our 1-year-old car was a write-off. Oh no, we've been dealing with insurance since then. Adulting, 0 stars. Do not recommend. Oh, I'm so glad that he is okay. Triquet just says, good. How are y'all today? We're doing really well. Looking forward to kind of the rest of the evening off. We've got dinner planned. We got, oh, I made that way too big. I was going to try to do, all right, I'm going to coil it in around about here. Because instead of doing a wrapped loop, I'm just going to do where I've wrapped it like twice. You see how that kind of goes around? So it kind of makes it like a jump ring, or a split ring rather. Yeah, Karen says I just got my smell back. Yeah, mine's been hit or miss. Like I've started having good days where I can smell some things, and that's been amazing. So I've not been doing my sniffing exercises as diligently as what I could, but Allie puts most of her stones in the monthly boxes in some kits. She doesn't like to lock stuff unless she can get multiple gross or stock stuff. I gotcha. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab that and bring it around. There we go. Okay, and this one I did make a little smaller than the other, so I'm just going to trim it just because I want it in line with the center if I can. Okay, so then we'll join those to ear hooks tomorrow. Set those on my get to it pile. And now for the rings that I'm going to be making tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and pull off, first off, I need to make sure that the 18 gauge wire fits through the bead, because if it doesn't, it isn't going to work for anybody. That's very tight. Let me try another one. That's 2 for 2, pretty snug. I don't think I'm going to force it. Never mind on those ones. But I am going to put them in the bead tray because I need to order some more 20 gauge wire. And so if I can't use the 18 gauge to make a ring, I'll just go down a gauge because I don't want to apply too much pressure from within the bead. Ah! Hannah says, okay, I've managed to complete my little craft for today. You really keep me productive, Vaughn. Oh, what'd you make, Hannah? Eric says, you probably already said this, so I apologize ahead of time, but are you making earrings or a pendant for a necklace? Both. On these ones, these are going to be earrings, I think, because I used up all the bales already and I don't have any other copper toned bales. But I thought that those would make a cute little, like, dramatic, like, kind of vampy earrings. Oh, thank you, Tashers. Same make, model, trim as before, just current year, Kia Sportage, good car, it did its job. Ooh, I like cars that work. Oh, right on. Oh, Jaded Goddess. Well, I hope she's doing well. I did some scrapbooky journaling, so just a bunch of stickers, paper, and some cool washi tape. Oh, nice. All right, so now it is cleanup time. And this is the part that I'm trying to freshly implement. So for the last 20 minutes, we're just going to be tidying because I desperately need it, to be honest with you guys. So I'm going to zoom out so y'all can see this progress of the shit show with me. There we go. All right, so these guys go up here. 18 gauge. The biggest thing that helped, since we actually didn't do a remodel this year, like a rearrange, like how we have the past couple of years. And we may have, quite frankly, we might have needed to. These are, but the biggest thing that's been helping me is just trying to have a spot where things go. And the ideal spot isn't always an available option, but I still have, I'd love to be able to keep those pliers over here with me, but I don't know where I'd put them. Honestly, like it's, so nothing's like, I'm not looking for the perfect solution. I'm looking for the best solution currently available to me. So there we go. Ear hooks go into the ear hook bin. Beads go into the drawer where beads go. Cause like, I can kind of show y'all actually. Field trip. Oh, and then I'll need to plug that back in. But so down here we have, this is where I have like my beading cable and memory wire. And then this is like macrame and beading needles. And then some earring hooks. Bad fun. So things are always shifting around. But these are a lever back earring hook. But this is my earring backs and like earring hooks and rubber earring backs. And then this is clasps. Nothing in there. That's cool. And then here is a bunch of head pins and some more clasps and like, dude, this is one of the rubber balls from out of a mouse, like a computer mouse. What the heck? I like hoarding stuff. Ooh, look at these beads. And see, and this is what'll happen is I'll start putting things where they don't go, and these are just really big charms. And some like pre-made necklaces. But I like having some empty drawers because it gives me room to grow. Here's some more silver head pins and some more of those. That's the earring drawer. This is like crimp covers. More head pins. Okay, I clearly need to get my shit together. And then these are like the lolly beads, so like radiated bead sizes. See, and these ones, oh, and I don't remember where I got them, so I'm afraid to use them. But that's the color that I'm looking for. And then I don't think that there's just some empty containers. Ah, some more beads. And then, oh, my thingamajig. Well, I haven't seen that thing in ages. I've been wanting to use it too, though. But yeah, so having a spot just where things go kind of in general is really, really helpful to me personally. Pliers. Wire attached to the front of your bench, off to the side, pliers slung over the wire. Right on. Do you not have problems with it, like, especially on like pliers like this, that the wire would get stuck up in between them? Because I kept running into that with putting them into my cup holder. But yeah, so here you'll be able to see this is my wire carousel. Or not wire, plier carousel. And so I've got all these like cords and stuff from streaming. But so I have my crimp pliers, my nylon jaw, my round nose varieties, flat nose varieties, and bent nose varieties. And then I keep wire snips and like memory wire cutters up here. And then my extra ring mandrels, ring clamps, and various other tools that I find handy. And so I really liked the carousel style. And then I've got another one over here that's like my business stuff. Like this isn't a monitor, it's a TV. And then like my lights, pens, just manicure bead tweezers. So I'm really, really pleased with how the setup has like come along. But I really think there's no right answer. It's just the best option that works right now, because I like letting things evolve and kind of go whatever way they will. Okay. Send me a message via Kick if any of these pique your interest. Ooh, I got all these from Pairwire when they were having them move. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, here's the list of bare copper. If anybody's interested in wire, Cat and Cauldron has just listed it over on Kick. Kept them as airtight as possible in individual Ziploc bags of silicone. Do not eat crystal packs to keep moisture away. Would be interested in trading for non-tarnished versions of parawire, copper color wire. Ooh, at the same gauge and length. Gotcha. Craftgasm. So I have a vending event on Saturday. It's my second one, so I'm less nervous, but any advice? I only made one sale last event, and I really need to make more this time. Well, the first thing I would ask myself if I went to an event and only made one sale is, were there a lot of customers? Because sometimes there's just not a lot of customers, and that's not in your control. Well, thank you, Cat and Cauldron. Randy says to check your booth layout. Do you mean like U-shape versus do what? Yeah, U-shape versus inline. It hurts Randy and I's sales when we do U-shape, but we know some folks who swear by U-shape, so which is where people walk into the booth. So that's something that kind of just takes some trial and error. Rainbow says, looks like a functional space there. I like the addition of the TV screen in that space. I like it. It's actually a bookcase that I've got this like drafting desk pushed into. Oh, I'm stuck on the rug. But yeah, so you can see this actually like pulls out and it gives me like a little hidey spot. But I can move this table out of this corner if I'm crafting. Like when Maddie was here over the summer, I was able to bring this out and have it in the middle of the room. And that was really nice. But then it's got my keyboard attached to the bottom of it, which complicates that because now the table's like corded. Okay. Trickwet just says there were not as many as I thought there would be, but it was also very cold outside and it's warmer now, so I'm hoping it'll be busier this time. I had my tables set up along the edges of my tent so people stayed on the outside. It sounds like you're just knocking the rust off and it's the beginning of the season. It's honestly like, I'm not certain where you are, but I wouldn't do an outdoor show before March, like mid-March, but I've always lived relatively south. Typically the first one that they would do when we were doing our craft show circuit, the first show of the season was typically like we would do either Chattacon or Connooga would be in like January or February, and those were indoors. And then there would be Mid-South Con, which was in March, and that was one of our favorites because it was like the first like good con of the season. And so it was like really like getting a shot in the arm, kicking off the season right, hopefully. And then Southern Weekend of Art there was the NECA, the Northeast Alabama Crafters. It was some craft show that you had to like join their guild to be able to sell at, which was like just a yearly fee, and then you didn't have to do anything beyond that. It was fine. It was such a good craft show. It was worth it. But they were indoors. The Southern Weekend of Art would be our first outdoor one, and that was late April. But because other than that, it's like I just don't want to be freezing to death, like if my fingers are too cold to craft, I don't want to be out there. We're in the middle of Southern California. Oh, okay, so it's mid-60s out lately, but also the events around here right now. Can't travel to events yet, but hopefully soon. All outside and inside ones are during the summer because it's way too hot. Okay, yeah, so you're in a completely different region and climate than what we operated in. So you'll figure it out and find out, and yeah, keep at it. Like if you do like 10 shows and you've only sold one thing, I would start really looking at like, do I need to be doing higher end shows so that I can move a higher, if it's a higher priced product. Like I wouldn't take my $100 and $150 pieces to like some of the flea markets that we've vended, just because $5 is expensive there, because that's the type of flea market that we were vending at. There's some flea markets that are like, collectors and stuff and different things. So you'll get to know who you're selling to for sure. Rainbow says, what's Randy making for us for dinner tonight? Randy and I are going to be making pork chops and ginger carrots, like simmered ginger carrots. And cheesy beans. Okay. And I very much prefer storing stuff in something like this as opposed to the bags, because the bags will just get tucked away into the back of the drawer, and I'll forget about them. But it's okay, you know. The system doesn't have to be perfect for it to work. Ooh, we'll need to make those into earrings. Randy made some beautiful chainmail charms. Ginger carrots, I've not had them that way before. I might have to try that. Pork chop sounds good too. Yeah, it's just carrots that we've washed and peeled and then kind of like chopped into thick discs, and we put minced ginger into the we cooked 2 pounds of carrots, because I'll eat like half a pound of carrots with dinner. Washed and peeled, cut into thick, like about thumb thick. That way, because we boil the heck out of them. But we put the 1 cup of water for that many carrots with a cube of bouillon in the ginger. It might be 2 cups of water. I don't know why I'm giving you the whole recipe. They're delicious. I recommend them. But yeah, we just simmer the crap out of them. Hey Amanda, how's it going? Says, hey y'all, I thought I'd call and say hi before I hop off to bed. Night all, we'll watch again on replay. Right on. I'm just happy to catch you live again. Always makes my day better, and community here in chat is always lovely to spend time with too. Thank you. I feel the same. Like, I love getting to hang out with you folks, and it's wonderful for you to have come and hung out with us today, Rainbow. So these are some swivel, like fishing swivels that I use for making our veil poi that we're going to be listing to the website. And I guess that's what I'm going to put in that empty drawer, is that's going to be my veil poi hardware drawer, because I also use like split rings. Now these were some cabs that we were going to be setting in chainmail. Hey Randy, we got that chainmail in the mail. Do you want to we got the rings in the mail. Do you want to make the bezels for these tomorrow? All right, I'll have that set up as your project. This is what I'm talking about. This stuff gets us, like, it's a favor for tomorrow, Von, for us to just take some time, even if it's just me lollygagging through my live stream. Y'all want to see some beads? Oh, my cord. Oh yeah. Waffles. Wait, what? Oh, I love them. They're so sparkly. These drawers, y'all. Pancakes. Yeah, it's pancakes. I'm just procrastinating. I don't want to clean anymore. Look, a distraction. Yeah, Randy says get back to work. Okay. It just, if any of y'all remember our older videos, this organization stuff does not come naturally to me. So it has been a long struggle to get here, but it was in my heart. Ooh, Triquet just says I finally got one of those drawers, but now I need the bead holders. Ooh, and you know what's amazing is the bead organizers from Bead Adornable Elements, the Bead of the Month Club, I think. They fit perfectly in that center spot. And I love them. So you don't even have to be using the same bead organizers as me. It's just a great way. Like, I love it. Right on, Rainbow. Okay, so this is my pile of prototype pieces. These are the examples of things that I need to make more of before Anime St. Louis. And I really want to make more of these, you guys, because, like, that was some of our lampwork glass. That was one of my very first pendants that actually came out as like a success. Oh, well, thank you. Holly says, but was always artistically, beautifully, magically. That's very sweet. It was a stressful environment to exist in. Like, I'm really glad. I needed to be a little bubble of chaos before I could spin myself out of it and make something. I thought that was a chainmail thong, with some elastic strapping. and willing participants, you could probably figure something out. But no, this one is a, it might pinch your dog biscuits, says Randy, but no, it's a hand flower made from the pre-woven mail from Mailtech. So this is like welded, and it's the silkiest thing. It's the silkiest thing, y'all. But yeah, so I want to make more unique lampwork stuff like that. Whoop. I don't know how many times I've thrown this shark tooth. I'd like to do more wraps like that one. These guys need necklaces made. You remember these from last year? They've still... Oh my, says Holly, right? But yeah, I'll need to make necklaces for these ones. They do glow in the dark. And then these are some of the cabochons that we had made where the lensing, the glass lensing that we had put on top, because these are some of the cabs for February that didn't come out quite as we had hoped. So I want to wrap them to where they look like potion bottles. I was thinking about possibly grooving them to make it, kind of sit in there. Oh, y'all be good, and if you can't be good, have fun. Oh, I love that, Laura. But yeah, just because it's got that clear spot up at the top. So I've got 4 of those, and I didn't know if I should list them, but then I was like, I need stuff for my booth. I want to make art too. So I'm going to wrap those like little potions. Well, if it's welded, there's less chance of things being snagged, right? It's still, do not be deceived. It will pinch. So have you ever used like an epilator? It doesn't matter how well the rings are welded. When they move, some of those rings are going to grab little baby hairs, and you can take them. Like, and I know this just from wearing bracelets, by the way, but like, I can extrapolate. Randy's in there going, right. But no, it's much smoother, but it will still, there is always a risk of being pinched by your chainmail underwear. So that's part of the fun, right? So we made some, and I want to wire wrap these. I don't think I'll have time this evening. No, we have 1 more minute. I don't have time this evening for wire wrapping those. And then I want to wire wrap these. Oh yeah. And then I'm going to be wrapping these guys in this style. And then some additional, I need to wrap a bunch of stuff in this style. These are styles that I have not started in on yet. We're going to be doing our Pico Edge wire wrap. That'll be nice. And then I want to do some in this style. There's fur on everything. That's okay. It comes off. Ah! Sabea says, someone say chainmail underwear? Ouchie. But we're going to do that style. I'd love to do some more in this style with the edging. And so I kind of have this out here as my own personal like Pinterest board of like stuff that I need to be making. I'm going to hide that under the table. And then, this is one that we had wrapped last Monday. How are you doing today, Sabea? Yeah, my arm hairs would hate that. But I love how the sheen in that cabochon. So huck it in the done bucket. And then I'll need to make some like that. And then I want to make some more in this style as well. Oh, that's what I should have been using those bales from. I knew we had gotten those bales from Potomac before, which is fine. Like, it's been... Rainbow says, I miss seeing the cabochons you guys make at home. Well, good news. We have just done a shop update. Last shameless self-promotion of the evening. We added 32 new cabochons to our website, backtoearthcreations.com. They're from $3 and up. So we've got amethysts, labradorites, prayanite, We have some of our homemade blue goldstone. There's pictures and videos of all of these on the website that you can kind of go through at your leisure, but I'm just going to show you a couple. We also have some really beautiful dichro that is some of my favorite dichro. Like it pains me because I wanted to keep them, but mama's got bills to pay. So I'm like, these need to go find a new home. But yeah, so you can kind of see that was one of the amethysts. Here's one of the blue goldstone. You can kind of see how shimmery that is. It's not like a filter or anything. In the camera, actually, I don't think does these justice at all. So, oh, this one's a really pretty lab. Like the flash in that is ridiculous. Like both different lighting settings. It's just bam. Like you could signal space with this thing. So it says, ooh, I need some of the blue shiny. Homemade goldstone. Yeah, it's called in the glass fusing, it's called aventurine. It's not aventurine like sunstone or green aventurine like the gemstone, but it's basically the goldstones. We have a blue goldstone and a green goldstone. Oh, bam, right in the retina. But yeah, so this is that green, which is just, it's probably one of my favorites, you guys. Like, I just love it. Oh, did you, Katrina? Is it under this name or is it a different channel name? We'll have to go and check you out. But yeah, check out this dichro. Can you make a sparkly emerald? Kind of. This is a green one that I just showed, right? Now this is one of the dichro, and the flash is kind of drowning the colors out. But I kind of wanted to, this is why I did the face on my hand earlier, you guys, is it's salesman. Because it just looks like the flame woven alchemist. Oh, right on. See, doesn't it look like it's handing it to you? All I need is those like hand finger puppets. Just gaze into the unblinking eyes. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna go. We're gonna go make dinner. I'm gonna wash the faces off of my hands. Because I think that one's better than when you do like I used to draw like lips and do the eye. Yeah, that's probably less creepy. But anyways, we've got stuff for sale up on our website. More of the garnet geode tops. We're adding more tie-dyes next week. And y'all can start to expect, hopefully, weekly shop updates from us again. Because we're doing it. We are reviving our business. We are going to do the thing. So, but yeah. And new tutorial this Friday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're having a premiere, but it's also available to view just like on the replay. And then we'll be having another Friday night flow dance party in the craft room here at 7 from 7 to 9 p.m. on Friday. So we will see you guys there. And until next time, y'all, thank you and happy crafting. Mwah. Bye. Oh, good night, Rainbow. Night, night, Sabaya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.